What is Forrest Gump's Wi-Fi password? 1Forrest1. Okay, so that was a joke sent in by a viewer, and I absolutely loved it. And I've, combed through all the comments and found all the jokes that you guys have been, posting and sending. And cereal. And I want to start these out the right way. So keep sending those jokes. I've gotten all those jokes written down, so I'm sure you'll hear your joke if you're watching. But let's get started. I've got a good slew of things for us today. Cereal. Hey guys, it's Isaac, and I'm back with another episode of TikTok. And cereal. And you guys, I want to thank you guys for, I've hit 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank you guys for being there with me through this milestone and so many more to come. It's, fantastic growth. Keep on sharing the videos, and, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoy them. Don't forget to like, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, and turn the darn bell on. I say it every time, turn the darn bell on, so we can tell you next time it's time for TikTok. But let's get into cereal. Let's get into today's news stories. I've got some interesting and touchy ones for us today, but let's just get into it. So ushers in a new hairstyle for him. He started rocking the pompadour look, which his fans got very upset and started making kind of hilarious jokes. Some said that he looked like Pepe Le Pew. Well, that's depressing. I mean, I think it looks good. I think his hair looks good. It doesn't look bad at all. I mean, it looks different for him because of the way he looked before. But that's the thing with celebrities and, stars. They can't change anything without fans getting upset or finding offense to it, because, I mean, that's what they fell in love with or whatever. But cereal. Fire cereal. And he, it's going around Twitter. It's going everywhere about the jokes and the incessant, the funny things that are happening due to his haircut. I mean, it's just a haircut. Leave the poor guy alone. It's just hair. He'll change it again, I'm sure, and then there'll be people that are upset again. But the pompadour style doesn't look bad at cereal. The pompadour style doesn't fire doesn't look bad at all, and don't set it on fire. Don't set it on fire. Well, that leads me into my next news story. A fuel pipeline explodes in central Mexico, killing 66 people and leaving 77 injured due to an illegal puncture in the pipeline. People were siphoning gas out of the pipeline. Now, I understand that gas can be expensive, and it's something that we all need. Well, why? Why are we to that point? Why are we to that point? I don't understand. And it's just an awful situation in Mexico right now as far as that goes. I mean, it's, 66 people died due to it. It's not a laughing matter, really, but the thing that gets me the most is why? What was in cereal? What was the point at all? what was the point at all in putting people's lives at risk? And I understand that criminals don't ever think about things like that, but putting people's lives at risk, don't, that doesn't, that, please just don't. Let's let's not do that. That's not wise. But you know, that's kind of what today's uh, the theme is. Um, but you know, so it's 70, 76, 77 people injured, 66 people died. It's unclear of those injured people how many are critical, but I hope the best for all of those that survived. And I couldn't even, you know, I couldn't imagine surviving something like that because you'd have such bad burns. But I mean, I'd be grateful to be alive after it. Um, but let's shift into something a little more touchy. And, you know, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on about this. You know, not looking to start a whole, you know, political debate or anything like that. It's just simply what's going on in the United States right now, and that's the U.S. government shutdown. Um, and I just wanted to touch on it just a little bit to show you what it's affecting. You know, yes, it's affecting government workers' pay, and you know, they will be compensated once this is all over and said and done with. Cereal, but they the what really caught my attention about this, you know, and you know, don't I don't really uh, I haven't been, I follow it, but I haven't been deeply following it. It's been going on for 29 days now, and it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Some of the things that we're losing for this. But like I said, doesn't matter which side of the fence that you're on here. It's affecting our food um, inspection. The USDA, which is responsible for, you know, meat, you know, chicken and pork and, you know, things like that, 90% of their workforce is still working without pay. But like I said, they will get paid after all this is said and done. And the FDA, what they're responsible for is just flagging things like, you know, the romaine lettuce that the romaine lettuce recall that happened, and all these other recalls that had happened. That's what the FDA is responsible for. They started inspecting again on January 15th. Cereal. And so after that, they started inspecting what they call major foods. Minor foods, you know, most foods that were affected by the delay were, you know, low risk, low risk food. Now the high risk food, and I've written them down, that's why I keep looking here. I've written them down. I haven't written down the entire list, and I'll put the link in the description below for the news story so that you guys can see a more full and detailed list on cereal, on foods that they are going back and inspecting. But things for inspection are low acid canned foods, seafoods, dairy products, unpasteurized juices, processed fruits and vegetables, eggs, and instant formula. And those are just some of the things. Like I said, you guys will be able to find a full link to a full list down in the description. But that's crazy, you know? Cereal, putting lives at risk, essentially. It doesn't make any sense to me. Either way, though, that shifts into the next news story, and that's that former President George W. Bush is hand delivering pizzas to those government workers that are not able to work. are not able to get paid. The ones that are able to work and are working that just aren't getting paid for it. Which is great. It's great to show that former presidents are still trying to take care of our country and still working. And I know that that doesn't substitute for their pay or anything, but that's just an initiative and an appreciation. I think that's really awesome. But like I said, either way, not trying to cause a political debate. I'm just trying to deliver some pretty interesting news to you guys. It doesn't matter which side of the fence that you guys are on or anything like that. We all have opinions about it, and it's really cool to see that a former president is hand delivering pizzas to security and things like that. Government paid people that are not being paid right now. But let's end on a lighter note. Let's talk about what's behind Netflix views and their newest releases. Things like Birdbox, You, and Sexual Education. Serial. Serial. And, Birdbox. I talked about Birdbox in a previous video on the challenges because of the blindfold challenge, and I still don't agree with the challenge. I think that it's, like I said, minimal things. Blindfolded things around the house, things that can't really endanger your life. But cereal, don't drive with your eyes closed. But so the Bird Box, it brought in 80 million views. 80 million. Now, I watched it. I finally watched it after you guys suggested that I watch it, after one of my really good friends suggested I watch it. I went back after I watched it and I talked to him and I said, I wasn't very impressed, and he was shocked that I wasn't impressed by it. But, it wasn't that I wasn't impressed. It was just, it wasn't what I was expecting. I expected so much different, not necessarily cereal, not necessarily more, but just something different. I went into it, excited because Sandra Bullock was in it and a lot of other good actors and actresses were in it. But, I ended the movie, and it's not something that I wouldn't watch again. I'd definitely watch it again. But I didn't necessarily, and I'm a huge movie buff, so if you guys tell me a movie that is good to watch, I'm probably going to watch it, and I'll let you know what I think about it, when I have the time to. If I can get my hands on the movie, I'll watch it. I love movies, so, anything that you guys think that I should watch, I'll watch it. And, I'll give everything a chance, just like I gave Bird Box a chance. And like I said, I'd watch it again. But other, like Sexual Education got 40 million views, and You got 600,000 views. So I'm not too sure what the Sexual Education or You is. So let me know in the comments if they're good. I think I might look up on Netflix and see what they're about, and just to see what they're about, and I might watch them just to give them another view. But their successes on these, they just released them not that long ago, and they've gotten huge successes on them. So so if you're binge watching TV, you're binge watching Netflix, you're not alone. You've got 80 million people following you, at least, in the same binge watch. I'm guilty. Cereal, fire, cereal. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of sitting down and binge watching a TV show or just binge watching movies on Netflix. But But yeah, so that ends today's episode. Thank you so much for everything. Keep sharing and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel already. Thank you for giving this a thumbs up. And you know, you guys are wonderful. Keep pouring in those jokes. I want more jokes so that we can start this off right. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Keep sharing and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel already. Thank you for giving this a thumbs up. And you know, you guys are wonderful. Keep pouring in those jokes. I want more jokes so that we can start this off right. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.